SGC here, and today's first impression is Almost Human, episode 1 and 2, created by J.H. one of the dudes that was on the showrunner, executive producer, writer, and director of Fringe. And interesting enough, both of them were filmed in Vancouver. Anyway, going back to the cast, we have Karl Urban as John Kennex as the lead man, Michael Ealy as Dorian, Minka Kelly as Valerie, Mackenzie Crook as Rudy, Michael Irby as Richard, and Lili Taylor as Captain Sandra Maldonado. So this series is aired on Fox, so I hope it doesn't get cancelled before it can get any traction. And the series is set 35 years in the future when humans in the LA police department are paired up with lifelike androids, and a detective, John Kennex, who is not liking robots at all, is partnered with a android capable of human emotion. So played by Michael Ealy as Dorian. So the biggest thing about this episode 1, I would say, is the whole contrast between Dorian, his android self, and all the other mechs who have the same phase and are super computer and logic written. I would say that it was done well as the first episode, as it really sets all the guidelines as to that Dorian is not like your everyday robot android, and John Kennex is slowly learning that. And as the first episode, it really deals with all his feelings, and I feel that this first episode was packed with a lot of things that could have been stretched out. I feel that his character development for Dorian really was pushed to the forefront, as in, we are establishing him as a different android and that John will somehow like him. And I think that it was done well, but I sort of wish that it feels that it didn't establish enough beyond this mysterious group, because I feel that Almost Human's catch was the whole John Kennex versus Dorian dynamic, as in they have to adjust to the fact that Dorian can feel like a human, unlike your everyday android. I feel that there should have been more conflict and not so much resolution as the first episode, and that maybe taking that conflict and maybe really have them not hash it out until maybe episode 5, 6. Because that's how I feel that it feels that the catch of Almost Human is done. Now we're just going to focus on cop work and somehow sprinkle some Dorian stuff into it, and that's pretty much it. And I was sort of concerned as I went into episode 2, and as the episode 2 talks about Dorian's, way of seeing life, as he had to address seeing another android being put to be terminated, he had his feelings. And I feel that as episode 1 established, John and Dorian's resolve conflict is that John now can appreciate Dorian's conflict with death, and he knows what to say to him. So I guess as Almost Human as this, I wonder how many more humanistic qualities can Dorian go through before the end of the season. Sure, they established the entire series is about this mysterious organization that somehow John Kennex's wife is involved in, but I don't think that the catch should have been used up so fast. And probably upcoming episodes they'll deal with being hacked. Maybe Dorian will get hacked or whatever. But I also realize that Dorian has a special place with John Kennex, as he is his partner. But yet this entire catch of this Almost Human is that cops or detectives are paired up with lifelike androids. Like Rudy, he's by himself with a logic-based cop, but the logic-based cop android isn't sitting in for investigations, yet Dorian is. So I wondered, when did they establish that Dorian is now going to sit in for interviews and stuff like that? So I sort of wish that there was a dynamic where Dorian can have a foil in terms of another mech, because in episode 2 there was not that much of a foil for Dorian within the police department, but rather he had a foil with those prostitute androids. And yet I hope that maybe in the future episode that they'll bring in more of the androids in the department and have them banter with Dorian rather, because I feel that Dorian's getting a special place, and I do wonder what happened to the catch where it's where Dorian is special, and I hope that they really build that up beyond him just being a android cop buddy sort of thing. I sort of wish that they go farther than this. Also, to address the way that these 2 episodes were shot, I hope they can really create more lifelike outdoor settings, because I feel that because they're limited to the timeline. So John Kennex's car is futuristic and it goes through traffic, yet every other car is a current day car. So they try to pan it so you don't really see the other cars, and I feel that the immersion is like brought out. And also when it's just outdoor scenes, you don't see traffic. People don't really feel like they're from 35 years ago. So I wonder if they'll address that. Though the black market area sort of felt really pushed because it feels so different from everything else. So maybe, I don't know how they're going to fix that or how they're going to address that. But that's the thing that's really popping out for me, is that I can't get immersed when they're outside. But yet, their technology is really awesome. The DNA bomb was just classic, you know, high-tech gadget where it just screws up everything in a room when you just splatter DNA everywhere, so you can't get like a hit on the murder or whatever. But that's pretty cool, because seeing that Wyman has been working on Fringe, that's where all the high-tech stuff's probably coming from, where he's just really building his brain there. So Almost Human really has the whole high-tech stuff in the bag for sure. And yeah, I do look forward to the upcoming episode, entire season. I'm just talking a lot of things that they can improve that would make this series even better for me in terms of an audience. Though I do wonder how they're going to stretch it out into an entire season. And I just hope that, you know, it doesn't get canceled before it's done, because, you know, it's on Fox. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this first impression of Almost Human episode 1 and 2. See ya.